We have everybody, but just give me a second. I'm going, preparing it to go live.
I hope everybody heard that. You want to explain what you're doing, Lisa?
Yep, give me 30 seconds. Okay.
Let's see.
We have everybody, but just give me a second. I'm going, preparing it to go live.
I hope. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to get my other glasses.
Okay. So I found a way to, Beth had suggested that the school does it, they go live to YouTube. So I made our account do that too. So hopefully it's streaming right now. I figured we could do tonight as a test run, seeing that it's only a quick meeting.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's some way to verify it.
I have it right. I can.
So if I go on the town website, will it be there?
No, I haven't figured out how to put it on there yet.
Okay.
But what you do is you just go to YouTube and you type Northwood BOS and then put the date.
Okay.
And it should, I mean, if you just type in Northwood BOS, it'll probably pop up too, but.
I did talk to the principal and she gave me the name of the person who does it, Nate Burns, and I sent him an email. So maybe he can tell you how to hook it to the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, so just so everybody understands,
Yeah,
Beth made a suggestion that we try to mimic what the school board does, which is they hold the school board meeting on Zoom, but they ask the public to look at the meeting via YouTube. So what that does is it limits the number of people on the Zoom meeting, and therefore the Zoom meeting might run a little bit better than it did the last time.
so that's just going forward before we begin. So would I only give out the code to the Board of Selectmen, and then let's say Mark, if he had an agenda item, I would give it to him?
So when I go to the school board meeting, I can go on through the like through Zoom, and then I can type in any question I want, and then you're transferred over to, you have to go to YouTube. So like you're allowed to do it for public comment, and then that's it.
Okay.
But we don't do public comment that way. So
Yeah, so we might not have to do that. We might just let folks just go directly on YouTube, but we'll have to put good instructions on the.
Okay, so we'll do it. I'll do it for Tuesday's meeting. I'll do that. I'll actually, you know what? I'm going to change the code then. I'll send you all a new code.
Okay, so.
Okay, sorry.
What I would suggest, Lisa, let's talk this through real quick. We need to be prepared that in the event that it doesn't work, that maybe people can get back on via Zoom, at least until we've tried it a couple times. So maybe what we'll do is we'll leave the existing link out there with a note that says, please use YouTube instead. If people then are, texting us saying they can't see the YouTube or something like that, or calling you, then we're going to have to try the Zoom with everybody.
Okay.
So Beth, how successful has this been with the school board? Have they been fairly successful with this?
yeah, so far they've been doing it like 3 months now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's streaming right now, Hal, and it's about a 13-second lag. So whatever we're saying will pop up 13 seconds later. So
On the YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Then.
And I'm sorry, I know we're not in the meeting yet, but I did already talk to the cable person, and she's going to take the meetings and put them on our cable station.
oh, good.
Oh, from YouTube.
Yep.
Bingo. Very good. Okay, are we ready to start the formal meeting?
Tim's asking, he can't hear.
No, you're gonna, you should unmute me.
Oh, okay.
I shut myself back off, but then I couldn't turn it back on. Susan's saying that YouTube stuff is illegal. So what is she trying to say before we get going here?
We're always on YouTube.
Yeah,
I just read her chat. She says it's on YouTube. There must be legal implications. I don't think this is legal. Before you do this, you should check.
We're always on YouTube.
So tell Susan she needs to.
We've been on YouTube for years.
I think it just means that as long as they can have access to it, which is they're listening to it, that's why they're live streaming. They don't have to be part of the meeting, because if you're not open for public comment, that's maybe the confusion.
Maybe.
I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done talking. We're all set up now. You can go.
okay, so
You
we're ready.
unmute Susan because she's still typing stuff. I don't understand what the problem is tonight. She says you can't keep people out of the meeting.
We
Put them
aren't.
onto YouTube. So
We
get
aren't.
this.
They can watch it on YouTube. That's all that's required.
Okay.
No different than Zoom. People come in on Zoom, they watch it on Zoom. Now they're going to watch it on YouTube. That doesn't mean if somebody like Deborah Ward wants to be on the meeting, that we can't give her the link and then she's on the meeting.
Right.
So yes, if somebody from the public wants to join us, they'll join us. We'll give them the link and they'll join us. Okay. So as chair of the Northwood Board of Selectmen, we're holding this meeting in accordance with the Governor's Emergency Order Number 12, Executive Order 2020-04, which authorizes us to meet electronically. There's no physical location to observe or listen. So in accordance with the emergency order, I'm confirming that we are, 1, providing public access to the meeting by telephone with additional access possibilities by video or other electronic means. We're using Zoom for this meeting. All the members of the board have the ability to communicate contemporaneously. The public has access to listen, and if necessary, we will send you the link. There's also information on the website as to how you can dial into Zoom and listen to the meeting on your phone. The public notice includes the Zoom meeting information, including how to dial in. If you want to watch the video, you need to do that on YouTube. We're providing a mechanism for the public to alert us if there's a problem with the meeting access, meaning that you can't hear us on your phone or that you can't see us on YouTube. If anybody has a problem, you call Lisa. Her number is posted on the website. If we have trouble with the meeting venue, trouble with access or anything like that, that automatically means the meeting is adjourned. That's what happened to us last time. We didn't take a vote or anything like that. The meeting becomes adjourned and we have to set up another time to do it. There is no meeting at that point. When we lose access, we have to do that later. We're going to do that tonight. All votes will be taken by roll call vote. So I'm going to start the meeting by taking attendance. Just 1 minute, please. Okay, so Matt. Matt, you're muted. I still didn't hear you, Matt.
I unmuted him.
Yeah,
Here I am. I'm present.
thank you. Tim. You're muted too, Tim.
I know. Hold on.
I think you can unmute everybody. Not everybody, but yeah, there we go.
So in the past, yes, I'm here, obviously. In the past, like my dogs bark. That's why I shut the thing off so I have something to say. Why can't we can shut ours off, but we can't turn it back on. Why is that?
We can turn it off, can't we? Turn it on?
Look, I'm shutting mine off. Now I won't be able to get back in. So
Right, we
why
made
is that?
Decision to not do that.
Say that again?
We made that decision to, well, Hal, I'll let you answer it.
Okay, so,
If I have a coughing fit, I can shut my microphone off and turn it back on. So why isn't, see, Hal just got shut off. Now we ain't gonna hear him. See? Let's keep it
Okay.
like that. Let's keep going.
okay, so there is an issue with this venue like this. We're gonna have to ask everybody that is on, except for the board, to mute themselves. So I guess now, if everybody else has muted themselves, we can still talk without muting and unmuting ourselves, correct? Okay,
Yeah,
so
so when in about 15 minutes, when the 15 deer come to my door, yeah, the dog's gonna go crazy. That's why I mute myself, so.
Right. And I'm eating salad.
Exactly, so
I'm
we
eating.
need to go back to mute ourselves and unmute ourselves till we have something to say.
Well, you know what? Maybe when we get good at this,
The first 3 meetings, we were all set doing it. How come something changed?
because we're trying to do it where we keep everybody else muted. That was one of the problems we had last time. We were having trouble controlling. So it looks like what happens is when Lisa has everybody on mute and then unmutes us, then it sort of is like a ratchet. If you mute, you're gone. So Lisa, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that it won't be a problem come Tuesday because nobody will be in the meeting but us anyways, and everybody else will be watching on YouTube. So we'll just deal with it for tonight. We only have like a 5-minute thing anyways.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Tim's here, Beth,
Here.
and Jim.
Here.
Okay, so we have everybody present. I think at this point, with Lisa present, I'd like to just go over what we're going to cover tonight and what you want to cover in ensuing nights and what you want to cover when. So I forget exactly what prompted it, but there was something related to hiring that wanted to be expedited. So I asked that be put on the agenda tonight. We also had something for the tax warrants where we need to sign them. So I wanted to let folks know about that, and we have to discuss that. And then we'll have the session with Heather in non-public. So for tonight, what do folks want to cover? I guess preemptively, Lisa, do we have something related to the tax warrants to discuss or cover?
For the tax warrant, I think you just have to approve it.
Okay, I did not read my emails. Did that come out today?
Yes,
Okay,
or accept it.
pardon?
It's either approve or accept it. I don't know the correct word you want to use.
Okay, and this comes from the auditor, correct?
Assessor.
Assessor.
Sorry. The assessor. And are we able to confirm that it has all the edits that Savannah requested?
Savannah has seen it, yes, and she didn't have any problems that I'm aware of.
Okay. Then I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the tax warrant. What it'll mean is that we will still need to sign it. But this is something where Savannah has said she would like it by the end of this week. And therefore signed by Monday. So do I have a motion to that effect?
Al,
Yes, Jim.
I could just add one thing. Savannah provided a worksheet that had numbers and stuff. So I think we should just add the total commitment amount of $5,433,000 $429.
Jim, I'm not quite clear what you're asking to do. Do you want to add that to the document?
Oh, no, it's already on the document. She gave us a breakdown of everything. I just thought we should at least have the total amount of the commitment for the tax warrant that's going out
Oh, the total that we're going to collect, in other words.
for the 6 months.
Yes. Yeah. So how about for the record, you restate that again, please, so the public knows.
$5,433,419.
Okay. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. So do I have a motion to approve the tax warrant as issued by our assessor?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Second by Beth. Is there further discussion?
I've only looked at it for like 5 minutes when I got home tonight, so I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously trust Savannah. I mean, like I said, I just got home, turned the computer on, and I talked to you 2 seconds, and so I mean, it seems like
I guess it's not a matter of trusting Savannah. It's the assessor that generates it.
okay.
And that's why I asked the question up front, Tim. Savannah knew there was,
Savannah's looked at it.
yes, and she knew there were
Okay.
some issues that she wanted corrected, which Jeff worked on.
Okay.
So well, no, I shouldn't say anything. So, yeah, so in general, these are prepared by the assessor, and, you know, he signs, well, I don't know if he signs off on them, but he prepares them and he's a professional. Further discussion?
Hal, I just want to thank Savannah and the assessor for working together to get this done.
I think that's a good point, Jim. You know, Savannah knew that there were some issues that needed to be addressed, and they worked, you know, preemptively to do this so we can get it done in time. It's really actually very nice that we get it done on schedule and we don't have to worry about deadlines or things not getting done when they should. It's really very good. So
Yeah.
Thank you. And I know Jeff came in a couple times to make sure that we got it done. So thanks to him too. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, we're going to vote. Matt,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Hal, yes. Okay, next up on the agenda, Lisa, you're going to have to help me with this, is a new hire. This was,
You had talked about it in non-public, but you didn't appoint him in public, so that's what we just need to do tonight.
okay, and what's it for?
He's a paramedic, correct, Mark? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, this is from,
Oh, so we hired him in non-public, so we're just gonna make it official in public tonight. So it's
Yeah.
not nothing nobody knew. We've already done it.
Yeah, you already know all about it. I just
Okay,
want to
I
make the
get-
motion to accept it to, or appoint him tonight.
Okay, I get confused. I thought it was somebody else new coming in.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what, yeah, okay. Yes, and then because we didn't have the meeting last time and didn't get to it, okay.
So it's a gentleman from Canterbury Road, correct, Mark? Or Yee?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
Okay, so what do we need here? A motion to hire Joe?
Yep, Joe Lipschitz. He's a paramedic. It'll be labor grade 14, step 6.
So moved.
Do we have a second? Okay, second by Jim. Discussion.
Oh, now they're all on the same page.
Okay. Hearing none, we do a roll call vote. Tim,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
and then Hal. I'm going last in all cases. I vote yes also. Okay, so I believe that covers all the public items, correct?
So Chief, you let him know, obviously, right?
Yes, yep.
Yep,
Yes.
thank you, yep.
Okay, so while we're still in public, I would like to get the board's sense as to how they want to handle the items remaining from the previous meeting. Lisa, took some initiative here. Thank you, Lisa. She did talk to me about this a little bit, and I said, well, we got to get this stuff on one of the meetings. And we decided, well, we can try to cram it in next week when we have the fire chief talking about the fire department operations. So that's what we have currently proposed for next Tuesday. It's going to make it a pretty good meeting, actually a very long meeting. The other option would be to move some of this stuff to our regular meeting. So I'd like to open it up for discussion and get your input on that. Matt.
So my initial thought is unless there's something on that agenda that can't be kicked out another week, I'd really like to stay focused on our topic for next week's meeting and not muddy the waters at all. It also makes it a little easier for if folks are going to be in there specifically for one reason or another. Yeah, I just think it would be a little easier in that's my opinion. If there's stuff that needs to be done right away, then sure, let's tag it in there.
Okay.
But if it can wait a week, that'd be my preference.
So let's go down through. Bow Lake Bridge work status. I
Al?
think, yes, Jim.
If I can add something to that, I read the addendum that Steve Ireland.
Oh, wait a second, Jim. Jim, we're not going to get into these topics. I'm sorry. What we're trying to decide is whether or not we want to talk about this on Tuesday coming up or on the 26th.
No, it's something I want to talk about tonight before we go into non-public, because the bid opening is Thursday, and I think we have to post it, and someone has to be there. Concord. If the bids are going to be legal.
Why is the gentleman opening up in his office? Why can't we do it like in the parking lot at the town hall? It's a sealed bid. We usually open up sealed bids, correct? Not the engineer firm? Or did you guys vote to give him that authority in the old board?
No, this just came up in the discussion this past time.
Yeah, Chris said the guy set up the meeting in his office because the town hall wasn't open, but I never knew that was, I mean.
We don't have to do it. We can do it however we want.
Well, obviously, Chris said this gentleman's already got it set up for this Thursday at 2:00, and
Yeah, but that's Thursday. I mean, we can give people other instructions.
I don't know why. I mean, how many people are coming? It's just like the engineer firm, and then how many bids did they get?
Don't know. Jim, do you know?
No, I don't, but I have to be in Boston next Thursday, so I definitely cannot make that. If it is considered a selectmen's meeting and we have to have a quorum, I cannot make it. But if we can change it to Friday, May 22nd, have it like Tim says, on the grounds of town hall, I think it would be a lot better.
Why don't we work towards that?
Okay, and I'm still waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting for legal NHMA to get back to me whether it is considered a legal meeting and whether we have to post it and have a quorum of selectmen there.
Jim, my gut tells me we do.
Yep.
My gut tells me we do. I mean, all other bid openings have been informal meetings that I know of. I mean, Beth, do you recollect any that we have opened?
No.
Yeah, I think we've always opened them publicly.
Well, we gotta find that out because some of us, I mean, my work schedule is right up full now with my regular job, so we gotta figure this out pretty quick. So let my employer know.
Okay, Beth?
If we have to have it in Concord, I'll go to Concord.
I can go too on Thursday, but let's see, that would be me, you. We need Jim can't go, so it would have to be Matt or Tim. I'll tell you, I think we have a better chance of getting at least 3 of us if we do it at town hall on Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt's, you have some flexibility, so I assume you would be able to, and Beth, you are free on Friday, as is Jim.
Yep.
And at least if it's local, then if Tim can break away from work,
If we pushed it back towards 3-ish, that would be better.
yeah, okay.
I'm
Well,
working-
let's do this. Okay, so just to be, open about this, Jim had asked about this earlier, and I hesitated a little bit in terms of how to approach this. And also, I guess I hesitated talking to Steve Ireland directly. I wasn't sure if that was a good idea or whether we should have Chris. So, Jim, did you already talk to Mr. Ireland?
No, I didn't. What I did was I sent an email to the administrator of red listed bridges at
Yeah.
DOT, and he
Yeah.
assigned it to another person, and I forwarded his response to you, Hal, today. But he pretty much spelled out, what the different milestones are. I mean, not milestones, but how the payments work and everything. So I feel a lot more comfortable now, and we still have to do a little more digging and stuff, but I think, if we can get this done on May 22nd, it'll just keep us on target and on schedule. But I have not talked to Steve Ireland.
Okay, so then I guess what I'm asking the board is, does anybody have a problem if I communicate with him directly, given the short timing and that we need to sort of sort this out? Or do you want me to assign it to somebody like Lisa? What's your preference?
Go ahead, Hal. I mean, I have no trouble. I mean, you're setting it up to bring the meeting to Northwood, or you're just going to Concord and take care of everything? It doesn't matter to me.
No. I'm going to get it set up. I'm going to talk to Steve and find out why we can't have it here on Friday.
Yep.
And I think we should be able to arrange to do that.
I mean,
So are people comfortable with me making those arrangements? Okay, then, and we want it on Friday. What's the date on that again, please?
22nd.
22nd. But Hal, you might want to throw out a couple times for him, because he might have something scheduled like at 3 o'clock or something.
Yeah, well, I have to first find out if there's any other glitches with us moving it here and make sure. But, like I say, I sort of held off because I wanted to make sure that people didn't feel I was overstepping my bounds.
I mean, even if we meet like in the parking lot or in the, inside the big hall, or even out in the back garage with little white pickup trucks stored to keep our distances.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
But you ought to get a hold of Chris before you call that guy to see what,
Yeah, well, I'm thinking maybe it'll be a conference call with Chris.
Yep.
And that's part of why I was, asking. I'd like to include Chris on that. Beth?
So if he can't do Friday, is Wednesday good for everybody?
I don't know. Will they have the bids by Wednesday?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Hal,
Yes.
you just mentioned on the addendum that Steve Ireland sent out to the prospective bidders, it says that the bids can be received, I think it's by noontime on May 22nd.
Oh.
That's why I think in
That
at
would-
noontime, that's why
And
2 o'clock.
Thursday wouldn't have worked anyway then.
At 2 o'clock, Chris set up for 2 o'clock. If the bids were in by Thursday at noontime,
Oh.
they would open them at 2 o'clock.
Okay, I take that back. It says sealed bids will be received until 2 p.m. local time Thursday, May 21st, upon which they shall be publicly opened and read aloud.
Okay, so we'll have to find out whether the logistics work, whether because it's already been posted that way, and we'll just have to find out all the details.
Yeah.
But I'll talk to him directly and see what we can work out. I'll do that first thing Monday. Okay. Jim, I think that was good you brought that up because that time is clicking away on us on that, and we want to move it along. Okay. So I'd like to just go down through the list of items just so we talk about them. Or let's do it this way. I'm going to read them off. If anybody has a concern about waiting until the following Tuesday, please speak up. So other than the bid opening, does anybody have a problem with waiting for the rest of the status report and the budget discussion on the Bow Lake Bridge? Any problems waiting until the 26th? Okay. How about the review of the paving RFPs? No problems? The mowing budget and where it goes and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we already approved the contract, so. Legal RFP, they might be coming back, but we can still wait till the next meeting. Deputy Health Officer posting, the status, and appointment of Assistant Welfare Director. I think all of those are okay to move or put on the 26th. Yeah, okay. Then transfer station fees and cost per snowstorm. I think those can wait. Appointment of alternate library trustees. Any issues with?
Well, I mean, it's gonna take, what, 5 minutes? It's up, you know, I want to give
Yeah.
obviously.
You know,
Can we
I
do
have
it
to-
tonight?
well, we didn't post that, and I hate to you know, do stuff without posting it and letting folks know it's on the agenda. Yeah, I'm looking at these, and I guess to Matt's point, I just like to reiterate that I think I personally think he's right. Let's just keep it neat, keep it clean, keep it simple. I'm really not seeing anything that can't wait. Does anybody else? I mean, we just got the nice pack from Lisa.
Nope, yeah.
I don't see anything that can't wait. So,
Al,
Jim,
the only thing I'm looking at is the property reassessments. We don't have a contract in place right now for the reval.
wait a second. Where's that? Oh, property reassessments.
New
No.
business.
Okay, so, yeah, but is that an issue waiting another week, Jim?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that way we can prepare for it, know what this, you're saying we don't have a contract for the revaluation.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, we need to dig into this a little bit more and see exactly what our contract says and stuff, because I thought there were some dollars associated with this already approved in some manner. So we need to check it out.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm seeing some from Mark here. Hold on, okay, well, hold on, Mark. So I'm not seeing anything else on that agenda. So Lisa, my apologies for making you type all this out. I like it, but we're moving it. Sorry.
Because I already posted it, but we're still within that 24-hour period, so it's okay that I change it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're back to fire department operations and possibly a non-public if necessary.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
Okay. So Mark sent some to me. Mark, let's let Mark speak. He said there was something else he wanted us to cover. So let's just hear what he has to say and decide whether we're going to address it tonight. Mark?
Well, Selectman Boudreau brought up an issue with firefighters working, part-time firefighters working more than 29 hours to be in compliance with the Affordable Care Act. And I spoke with Catherine, and there is some flexibility in that as far as the hard 29 hours a week. And it's actually, there's a 1-year look back. So if you work less than 1,560 hours a year, the town does not have to offer benefits. So right now, the 29 hours a week is pretty restrictive and with trying to fill the shifts. So I wondered, is there anything, would the board be willing to allow us to look at the annual hours as opposed to the weekly hours?
Okay, let's open it up for discussion. Beth?
I only brought that up because that was something that the state, when they came in 2 summers ago to audit us, that's what they had said to us. So will we be in trouble again? That's all I cared about. I don't want to be in trouble again. They can do all the hours they want. I don't want to get in trouble.
No, people say they like to relive your youth, but you're saying you don't want to go back to that, huh? You don't want to be in trouble again.
No.
Okay. Tim, you want to say something?
Did they, like 2 years ago, did they realize that they go by 29 hours, or there is a like fallback to the 1,500 hours, whatever the chief just said? I don't know how many, exactly hours, but is that something that the auditors should know about first? If you do go back, we need to make a different policy saying we're going to go by the yearly hours, not by the weekly.
Well, it was the state that came in. So.
Okay, stay okay.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Mark?
So I think the Affordable Care Act has kind of evolved since then, and definitely I agree that we should have a goal of no more than 29 hours a week, or no more than 58 hours in a pay period. But with the with the pandemic going on, trying to find people to cover shifts, it would be I think we would be good to go with the annual hours. I believe that's what the police department uses for their part-time staff as well, is the annual hours of 1,560. And like I said, I spoke with Catherine, and she says, she agreed that that's appropriate.
Okay, so Mark, the one question I have is, if we do it annually, is there, what's the start date for the annual calculation? If somebody's already been working with us, is it the calendar year? I assume if they hire on new, then, you're never gonna, like say somebody starts in July, they could work full time essentially and never hit it. So there must be some other parameters there.
Well, it is a rolling 12 months. So,
rolling 12 months.
yes. So we would have, and Catherine developed a report in the Pro Fund, I believe it's Pro Fund program, to actually track hours, so we can watch, and if someone's getting close to their hours, we can have them simmer down a little bit and take some time.
So the guy we just hired, technically the other day, like tonight, his time start it's May to May. When you got hired, yours is like January to January. So it's all, everybody's in a different.
Okay. So as long as Catherine's comfortable, she can track it and keep us out of trouble. I'm okay with the annual look back. So do you want a motion to that effect, Chief?
I think, but only because the previous board made it as a motion, I think you probably should make it as a motion as well.
Okay.
Now
Go ahead.
You guys get fined 2 years ago when this happened?
So just the fire department was investigated because that was one of the main things. People were working way over the hours. So
was this a legal question before we switch it over to the 1,560 hours? I don't want to get fined again in another.
We were fined. I mean, I would think I wouldn't want to vote yes unless I knew definitely that we shouldn't go against what we were told 2 years ago.
Okay, so what do we need, Lisa?
I just want to interject that I know this is Massachusetts and we're talking about New Hampshire, but in Massachusetts, and I mean, it's still the Affordable Care Act, so it's federal. Your look back period was determined by the town. So it's the same for everybody. And if you decided March to March, that's your look back period. It stayed the same for everybody, no matter when you were hired.
Oh, okay.
But you're still under that amount of hours. That is correct. So it goes by the amount of hours in the year. It doesn't matter how many hours you work in a week.
Okay.
So I just want to interject that before you do vote, but I'm highly confident the look back period is the same for everybody. Well, go ahead, Mark, if Chairman wants to acknowledge it.
Go ahead, Mark.
So I think part of the issue with the fire department too was the way we were paying our on-call firefighters.
Yes.
And then as far as the number of hours, 1,560, if people go over that, they have to be offered benefits, which is obviously a huge cost. So, I mean, there's definitely an incentive to make sure we don't go over those hours, because then we would have to offer benefits, and I know my budget can't handle that.
Okay, so the only question I have is, who sets the date that we start the annual evaluation on? Does anybody know that? Okay,
I think it can be anybody in the town. I don't know. I know that we did it in our office, in the treasurer collector office, but that was Matt's, so. don't know.
okay. I think to Beth, well, I'll tell you what, if people want to make a motion, just understand Beth's position. She still has a question regarding when we actually, well, when we do this, if we make it annual, do we have the documentation to support it? I think that's what you're saying, Beth, correct?
Well, I think someone should be looking back and seeing what all the findings were, and before we change it.
Okay.
I mean, because if these, like I said, the chief's gonna hopefully keep track of, to keep people under them, but if the employees start working, what's saying, the firefighter is saying, hey, I'm working on this hours, you need to give me benefits. I think we need to talk to the labor department or get a legal opinion before we make a motion to vote, so.
Okay, so it sounds like people want more documentation in terms of all the parameters and exactly how this works. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
but by the way, you got fined 2 years ago and we're gonna jump right into that same boat. That just doesn't seem
Okay.
to make
Okay,
sense to me.
so does anybody, let me ask it a different way. Does anybody have a problem with the chief now for at least the interim period till till the 26th? Does anybody have a problem with the chief continuing with the way he's handling it?
Well, I think if we just discussed our concerns, we probably should not do it until we figure out what the right way is.
Yeah, but we need to staff the fire department, right?
We need to staff, yeah, I see Matt's point, but we also, if something comes up and they need to stick to the 29 hours, some of these people might have to get sent home and, or reevaluate their work status, so.
Well, Mark, is anybody close at this point?
As far as the 29 hours a week, we have people we have to pull off of shifts because we'll exceed that 29 hours.
No, I mean from a, let's say a couple months basis.
No, I don't believe so. I think we've had a couple weeks where people have exceeded it just out of need for staffing.
Okay. So it's not like we've got a problem imminent. We've been good about keeping it below 29 up until this point. Is that what you're saying?
Well, up until the pandemic really took off, we've been good about it, and then we've had a couple of instances where we've gone over that 29 hours for individuals.
Personally, I'm comfortable with him continuing till the 26th, but that's just me.
I am too.
Does anybody else feel comfortable enough to let the chief expend more time, or do we tell him to keep it to 29?
I'd keep it to 29, that's my opinion. I mean, we got fined 2 years ago and we still don't know if this is legal or not. We're gonna end up giving up benefits to some of these people, and how much is that gonna kick in? I know we gotta have coverage and make sure the town's coverage, but that's my opinion. So anybody else throw in?
Jim?
Yeah, I think I agree with Tim.
Okay, so then I think there's 3 people that are leaning the other way. So let's just cut the discussion and make sure we have the documentation. So Lisa.
I'd like to move the vote, Mr. Chairman.
Oops, I'm sorry.
I'd like to take a vote. I'd like to move the question.
Okay. So what was the motion, Matt?
Well, I'm not sure there actually was one. So I'll make a motion to allow the chief to continue operations as is until we have a chance to address the question of hours against employment law.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second for this, to get the vote going, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think we've had enough discussion, so I'm going to ask for a roll call vote. Beth,
If we could find the answer though by Tuesday, we could look at it again. If we don't get in trouble, I'd be willing to vote again on Tuesday.
yeah, that's understood. Yeah, and maybe that's the one item we would consider for adding on Tuesday, especially since it's a fire department operation related item. So I appreciate that. That's a good idea.
I want the coverage. I just don't want to be fined.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, yeah. So can we get information this weekend, email out or email Monday, chief? You think, or?
I think Catherine is actually very familiar with the
Yeah.
Affordable Care Act, and she may have the answers we need.
Yeah, let's put that down for Catherine. So Lisa, can you get a hold of Catherine first thing on Monday, please? And Beth, I think that's a good point. That way we don't wait forever. It's a couple of days.
Matt moved the question. Do we make the
No.
motion to Tuesday, Matt, or how do you?
No, he wants a vote. Well, it's up to you, Matt.
Well, if we're not going to make a motion in the opposite direction, I'm comfortable sort of.
Like I said, I want
the
coverage.
option
but-
of doing nothing is okay with me until Tuesday.
Nope. We're all on board. I'm with Matt. Yep.
Okay, so somebody tell me where we're at. Are we voting on this or not?
We're gonna hold our vote until Tuesday when we find out more information, right?
Chief, does that allow you to fulfill your operations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So are
Then
we
I'm
getting? Oh, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
I'm gonna retract my motion.
Okay, I
So
think that's good.
Are we getting information from Catherine? I would still like to hear from the Labor Department, please, at some point.
Well, if Catherine has the Labor Department information, I mean,
Okay, as long as it's printed off from like their office to her office. I just.
let's find out what she's got, and then Tuesday we'll look at what she's got, and either she has what you want or she doesn't. You know? Okay, so,
So we.
okay, very good. So Lisa, we have to remember to talk to Catherine. I might write her a note this weekend.
Okay.
But it wouldn't hurt for you to follow up with her.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so just to summarize, Tuesday, we're moving everything except things related to fire department operations on the current agenda to the following meeting, which is on the 26th. In terms of fire department operations, we will bring up this question again, and then we'll get into the information session. Is everybody comfortable with the way we've rearranged this? If not, please speak up now. Lisa is not comfortable.
I'm not comfortable. I just want to confirm, seeing that you have your packets in duplicate now with some information, I don't have to resend that, right? Just anything that's new?
I think really all you need to send is the new agenda.
Okay, and then if we put anything else on the agenda that's new, okay, thank you.
Yeah, so, for old business, for this Tuesday, it will be fire department overtime and then fire department operations. Those are the only two items that we're going to cover.
Okay.
And we just need to, so for that, as soon as we can get some information from Catherine, we'll try to get that
Well,
out.
I meant for the 26th, seeing that you have most of the stuff in this packet. I won't send all that stuff again. Okay,
No,
thanks.
just the new agenda. And you and I will work on, if there's anything else that we need to add. But
Okay.
this will be the starting point for us.
Now, this paper will be a week old. I want new paper.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're going to get you new paper, Tim.
Yeah,
We're going to get you.
go
Yeah.
cut a few more trees down. No,
Hold
Yeah.
on.
cross off the date. Put this one on.
No. The public won't like that because it won't be right. Okay. Any other public items?
Al,
Jim?
I want to thank Mark for submitting a grant to the Assistance to Firefighters grant for about $12,000.
Whoa, didn't hear about that one.
No, Mark, speak up.
Well, we haven't got it yet either. It's a competitive grant, and there's $100 million nationwide. So we're hopeful, but like I said, it's not a sure thing.
It's just like general money, or is it for something you want, or what was?
It's to replace our stock of medical personal protective clothing.
Oh, that sounds good.
No, good luck. Yeah.
Sounds great, actually. Thank you.
Thank you for thank you for
Thank you.
doing the paperwork.
Yeah, excellent. Along with all the other things you're doing, especially related to COVID. Okay. I don't have anything else. Does anybody else have anything? Okay, if not, I just want to say thank you to Lisa for hanging in there for what she thought was going to be a 5-minute meeting. Really appreciate that. And Lisa has done really
55.
quite a job this week, handling a lot of stuff. So thank you, Lisa. Very good. Okay, I think at this point, we're going to go into our non-public session. So do I?
RS, you have to read it first or vote to go? I already forget how we do it. Do we vote? Do we have to read it first? What, A, B, C, D?
Yeah, so I think we need a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91A 3, Roman numeral 2. And I think actually what we're going to be discussing falls under other.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so roll call vote to go into non-public. Beth?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
And Hal? Yes. Okay, so
So Matt's let us in. He'll figure out who's in, who's out.
Yep, I'll take care of that. And
Okay.
if you're looking for the email, I sent it at 10:52 a.m. today.
Yep, I got it. So you'll know who's on, who's coming in. You're
Yep,
in control of that. Okay.
you'll all be in a waiting room when you first log in. I'll let you in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Lisa, again.
Lisa.
thanks, Lisa. Really appreciate it. Relax this
Lisa.
weekend
Thanks.
if you can.
Okay, now we get to figure out how to shuttle
Hey,
it.
Lisa, did you ever check to see if did the streaming still work? Did it continue?
It's at the top of my screen. It says live on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Mine does too, yeah. So
Bingo.
we're still,
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah, okay, very good.
I think I can just close it by going.